Hi, everybody. I'm Julie Bieland, and I wanted to share about some masterclasses I have coming up that are free. You can register for free. One is about high sensitivity and anxiety, and we're going to talk about why so many highly sensitive people have anxiety and what might be contributing to that, and some tools and resources that can help. And the second masterclass is going to be for those that are wanting to start or grow an online business. And I'm really passionate about helping HSPs do that so that they can have financial freedom. It really saddens me that there's so many healers out there that are struggling financially. And I want to support you all with being able to grow that financial freedom. And if anybody has questions for me, please go ahead and put them in the comments now. Hi, Kristen and Ying. Hello, guys. So I'm Julie Bieland, and I'm the founder of Sensitive Empowerment, and I'm a psychotherapist that specializes in high sensitivity. I'm incredibly passionate about helping highly sensitive people thrive. I think as someone that used to struggle with anxiety myself in the early part of my life, I understand how incredibly hard it is to struggle with it, and I also know what it's like living without it now. And there are so many amazing natural forms that work really well for highly sensitive people. So I want to teach you guys that in this upcoming free masterclass. And you can register for that at juliebieland.com or sensitiveconnection.com and go to the free resources tab on my website. That's where you can register for free for both of these masterclasses. Hello, Nisha, Lana, JT, Kurti. Hello, everybody. And if anybody has any questions for me, go ahead and pop them into the comments right now while I'm live if you want me to answer anything. Hopefully you guys know about all the resources in addition to these free masterclasses that I have. On my website, we've got the HSP podcast, the HSP blog, the Sensitive Empowerment community, online courses, books. There's tons of free resources too. There's a sensitivity quiz and a free calming guide for your brain, because a lot of HSPs have definitely overactive. I know what it's like to have that kind of overactive mind and anxiety attached with it. So it's just I'm really passionate about helping you guys I've been working with HSPs for years all over the world. I've learned so much, and I would say I am quite obsessed with this trait and understanding this trait, because it's incredible what happens when we understand the trait and we understand ourselves. We completely reframe our entire lives. And to know that you actually have brain differences as a highly sensitive person. And if you don't know if you're a highly sensitive person, there is a free sensitivity quiz that you can take, and that'll give you a good idea. And those that score really high on the sensitivity quiz tend to be HSP empaths too. So we have even more gifts and more challenges. It's sort of like the higher you are on the scale of sensitivity, you might see more challenges with some of the sensitivity, but also more gifts. So it's really my mission, and I'm way up there. So I understand what it's like to have a lot of challenges with sensitivity, living in a world that is not set up for a sensitive nervous system. So many of us are walking around with overloaded nervous systems, and nobody told us what to do about it. And we might think that we just have to live with anxiety for the rest of our lives, or get medicated for anxiety that causes a lot of side effects. And it's kind of incredible how quickly HSPs can pick up on therapeutic interventions and self-help guides and brain training. I'm really into brain training because you can actually activate calming centers intentionally in the brain that deactivate stress centers. So these are all things I want to teach you about in the masterclass. I'm going to teach you about what are some of my favorite brain training techniques that work really well for highly sensitive people with anxiety or who carry around a lot of high stress. These are techniques that kids can learn, teens can learn. They're natural. They do not require medications, which often can be harmful for a sensitive nervous system. I want everybody to know that there are so many things you can do that really help and can balance a sensitive nervous system. So, if you're feeling really fatigued, anxious, high stressed, maybe you can't sleep well, these kinds of things, maybe a brain fog, you have trouble with, feeling productive or focused or creative. All of these things come back when you reduce anxiety, that you get to have more creativity, more focus, more productivity. I mean, it's kind of amazing. And I want you guys to have that feeling, because I didn't used to have that. And now I have that. And I can't believe how much my life has changed. So these are reasons why I want to set up this free masterclass for you guys, and we can connect live. I think we have like almost 800 people signed up already for the high anxiety, or the sensitivity and anxiety masterclass that I'm doing. So hopefully you guys sign up for that. We can be with you live. And then if you're just joining us, I'm just sharing about these free masterclasses that I have coming up that you can register free. One is about sensitivity and anxiety, and one is about helping HSPs grow online businesses. I'm incredibly passionate about helping, especially women in business, just develop confidence and know what tools to use. And I have been building my business for a number of years and have learned a lot, that we do things very differently as sensitive people. We're not very interested in aggressive marketing tactics like a lot of business programs teach us. So I really love what's called heart-centered marketing. It's about connection, and it's about, you feel good about it because you're sharing things that are going to help people. And that's what feels good. So yes, you're asking, Nisha, how do you sign up? Great question. You can go to juliebielen.com or sensitiveconnection.com, and you can click on the free resources tab, and you'll see the master classes are there, along with a bunch of other free resources that I have for sensitive people. And my entire website is dedicated to sensitive people, and you will be shocked at how many resources are there for you. Lots of free resources for you. For sensitive people, because I want you to thrive. You're needed in the world. We need to reduce our challenges and access our gifts. And there's so much you can do naturally that are things that really help you thrive. Yes. Any other questions before I say goodbye? Any questions about the trait, my resources, my master classes that are coming up? You can let me know. You can contact me through my website. Hopefully you're signed up for my newsletter that I put out every week that really updates you with all the resources that I've done. We just did an amazing event about Ayurveda and seasonal cleanses that can really help sensitive people. I'll be uploading that into the HSP podcast now. And then hopefully you know about my sensitive empowerment community. That's where we record everything live from the HSP podcast, and you get to be there with us. This Thursday, we are going to be talking about intuition, about honoring our intuition and using it as your guide. And we're going to be doing that with Willow McIntosh this Thursday, if you want to come join us live for that. You can find all the resources I'm talking about on my website, juliebielen.com or sensitiveconnection.com. And what is brain training? Wonderful. I'm going to talk about that in the masterclass. In fact, I'm going to teach you what brain training is, and I'm actually going to teach you techniques that support sensitive people through brain training techniques, even something like a breath technique that I teach. For example, the 4-2-7 breath technique is a brain training technique that you can literally calm. It's amazing to me that you can intentionally activate calming centers in the brain that deactivate stress centers, because they cannot be activated at the same time. This is life-changing information. When I learned about it, I was like, what? There's things I could do that activate calming centers that make me feel calm, that actually deactivate my stress centers. That's a huge thing, because whatever you're activating in the brain grows. So if you're continually activating stress centers and releasing all the stress chemicals, you're going to grow that center. But if you intentionally activate calming centers, you're going to grow that center, and that's going to be easier to access, which is huge. Even if you think about self-compassion. Self-compassion is actually a brain training technique. And if you are self-compassionate, you release calming chemicals into your body. And if you are self-critical, you release stress chemicals into your body. So you have control over a lot of this stuff. And that's what I really love about brain training, because It teaches you specifically targeted techniques that work really well. And what I have found over years of researching this trait of high sensitivity, HSPs tend to be really good and quick at these techniques. What used to take a lot longer to teach people without this trait, HSPs pick up on really quick because we have more activation in our insula. We've got more of the brain, which allows us to have more consciousness, even about our internal cues. So all of these things are really helpful to learn about. And we're going to talk about that in the free masterclass coming up about sensitivity and anxiety. Definitely recommend you register for free. If you register for free, you'll also get a replay. But I hope you can attend live because I'm going to answer questions at the end of the presentation about both the master classes. So hopefully, thanks for the questions, and I will be in touch with you guys, and hopefully you'll check out all the resources I'm talking about at juliebjelland.com, sensitiveconnection.com. You can sign up for the free master classes that are coming up. And I look forward to seeing you guys there. Take care. I hope you are taking good care of yourselves and taking care of yourselves in the HSP way, not in the way 80% are doing it, but in the way the 15 to 20% are doing it, which means we have to really work on balancing our sensitive nervous system. Brain training techniques are really good for that. So I cannot wait to teach you guys all these techniques in this free master class. You're welcome, Nisha. Thanks for the questions. Okay, everybody, take good care of yourselves out there. I look forward to seeing you at the masterclass. And you can see all the free resources on my website. Take care.